Hi there, welcome back to the channel. And we have the last video on the Philips Antoinette. It's the last video for now. The reason is it didn't quite work out the way I hoped. You saw in the last video I had all those problems with the FM. I found the problem. It was a transistor. It was the mix oscillator transistor. Replaced that. Fortunately, I've got some spares. No problem there. Was able to tune it outside the radio. It was not quite the quality that I expected, but I figured, okay, that's probably got to do with the fact that it's, unshielded, standing outside, all that. Put it all back. A hell of a job. It was a hell of a job. Got it all back. And by the way, the job was not putting it back. It was putting the front in, and with the dial cord and everything else that had slipped, as usual, Philips. But I finally got it working. I got it back and it was tuning, and I had this thing more or less aligned and everything else. And then I tried to do a full alignment, and that's where I lost a lot of video. I'd recorded everything on my iPhone. I did the software update to iOS 16. And when I did that, I needed some space. So I deleted some files, and the ones I deleted were the videos. Typical. But anyway, it wasn't that exciting. It was just a lot of frustration, a few swear words here and there, which I would have cut out anyway. Anyway, this thing got back, and when I started trying to align it, I realized something. I could align it, I could align the IF, and I could align the RF, but the quality wasn't coming through. The sound was not coming through like I expected it. And then I thought, okay, this must be on the IF strip, on the, the signal path. That's where the problem comes in. That board is probably one of the toughest boards to work on that I've ever seen. Not so much because it's all cramped together, which it is. Not so much that it's inaccessible, which it isn't. It's quite accessible. The point is, those tracks are incredibly fragile. So messing with that would just create a bigger nightmare. But I got to the point where I thought, this is not fun anymore. And if it's not fun, it's not a hobby. And if it's not a hobby, what the hell am I doing here? So I'm going to show you the result. The physical stuff is fantastic. The AM, you'll see the result. It's not bad. The FM, disappointment. So if you want to see the result of my frustration, stick around. But before we carry on, I just want to thank the sponsors of this video, PCBWay. Right now, they're in the middle of their 5th PCB design contest, and they're inviting you to join. If you have any project ideas, by all means, participate. The prizes are really, really amazing. Have a look for yourself. You just go to their website, pcbway.com, and look for the link to the contest and get cracking. And they'll also serve you well with any other needs you have, like CNC machining, 3D printing, anything else you need, they'll sort you out. And here she is. Stunning looker. Cosmetically, she looks absolutely perfect. All the imperfections on the body I was able to repair. The leather that was coming loose was stuck in, and you cannot see that it's been repaired at all. Everything cleaned up nicely. Any broken bits were actually inside the chassis itself, so they were glued together. You can't see that at all. And everywhere you look, this thing looks in very, very good shape. Very good shape. And it's a beautiful radio, I've got to admit. I really like it. I like the concept. I like the look. I like that antenna when you flip it up. So, yeah, okay, it's a James Bond girl, but the back, look at it. It's looking fantastic. The polishing on that leather just comes out fantastically. And that little clip that I fixed at the bottom, you can't tell the difference between one and the other. But unfortunately, that's not what a radio is all about. It's supposed to look good, sure, but it's supposed to work well. And this is where this one left me rather disappointed, as you'll see. Okay, let's see what she's made of. I've got this on long wave, I've got the mini whip on. That there is Radio 4, BBC Radio 4 from the UK. Just get it.
En fait, vous faites bien de consulter pour parler de cela parce que
And that's it. Long waves receiving the normal stuff. This is North Africa.
Dispaita.com. Dispaita. Soluciones profesionales.
All this is Canary Islands. It's really busy here.
Pero que pasa lo mismo con Messi, que parece que no está.
Igualmente.
So medium wave is really busy tonight. A lot of these, or most of these, are from the Canary Islands. Some of them are from North Africa. There's one local station that we picked over here. Let's see, what are we? Let's look at shortwave 3. We've got a storm coming, so let's try 2.
As well as to incite and organize terrorist attacks.
The fine-tuning really comes in handy on shortwave, as it's meant to. It's really noisy on the band tonight. Probably nothing up here right now. It's in the evening. So in summary, our AM is working as expected. This is the sort of thing that I normally get. In fact, if I'm honest, on the Grundigs, I get a lot better than this. So it's not doing as well as the Grundigs on the AM bands. Now on FM, that's where the disaster struck. Got to change the antenna at the back. Let's see what FM is like.
Força política. Temos excelente, fantástico administrador, diretor de hospitais, e antigo presidente da administração regional e antigo secretário de Estado. Tem toda uma experiência dedicada nesse sentido. Temos depois uma excelente médica com experiências de direção clínica e
really distorted. So you see, it's pretty disappointing. Very disappointing, unfortunately. So here we have it. A beautiful, beautiful lady that doesn't perform too well. Oh, that sounds nasty. That sounds nasty. Antoinette misbehaved. Antoinette drove me crazy. Antoinette had me hating this project and hating this hobby of mine, which I love so much. And I just cannot allow that to happen. She was driving me crazy because when I repaired the front end and I got FM, I was able to tune it outside of the unit, put it back, all fine and good. Then I started doing some alignments, and I could not get a really strong FM station through like you normally do. You know, you've seen these radios here. You know, I don't live in a particularly busy FM area, but you get enough stations here to be able to test these things. And I was getting very disappointing results. And then I decided I had to go into this board over here, you know, the IF board. And I tried to check a few transistors, and then I thought about it. I thought, okay, if I check something there that needs replacing, how the hell am I going to replace it? That board at the back, the tracks are so sensitive. You just put the soldering iron on there, even at low temperature, and they come unstuck. And then you have a hell of a nightmare trying to rebuild those tracks because you've just got no space. So I decided to put this one aside for now. It's complete. Yeah, it is. The FM is not up to par. I'm keeping all these. I'll be coming back to this project sometime in the future. I don't know when. I'll have to be really inspired, and then I'll tackle it again. But in the meantime, she's looking beautiful. Bloody useless, but looking beautiful. And that's the way she's going to be. So as I said, this one's staying on the shelf until a future inspiration. And I'm going to stop this project for now before it drives me completely up the wall. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your patience. My apologies that this did not really work out the way we all hoped it would. But sometimes you have to know when to stop. Otherwise, you start hating the hobby that you're supposed to love. Thanks for watching. Bye for now and stay safe.